How's it going, everybody? Omega Tech here, and we're about to go over my week 1 battle in the PBA versus Frozen, and I'm going to show you the team builder, what the 6 Pokemon I brought, and then I'm going to show you the replay of what happened. So, before I go over my team, this is Frozen's team right here. It's the Bulu Heatran core. He has some 2 really fast Pokemon, good sweeper, and some hard wall breakers. And so going into this game, I knew I was going to be weak to Mamoswine and to an extent Conkeldurr and Xurkitree. These 3 Pokemon were the biggest threats to my team, but I brought sufficient checks to those as you'll see. So first Pokemon we have here is Chestnut, and this EV spread is meant to take on Tapu Bulu, like a max attack adamant Life Orb Bulu, or actually Banded Woodhammer does not 2 KOS, and I believe Life Orb Zen Headbutt does not 2 KOS either. But this is a really good switch into Bulu, as I switch into it with all of its grass stab and take nothing from it. It takes Rocky Helmet, and I have the stab Woodhammer in grassy terrain for the Mega Slowbro. And then I have the Poison Jab to see if he stays in on it. I can KO it back, Spikes for hazards, and Synthesis. Next is going to be Cresselia. And this Cresselia set was designed to take on the Conkeldurr. So, looking at my team, I know the Conkeldurr is going to bring probably Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Knock Off, and 4th move, probably Ice Punch for the Zygarde. And so this Cresselia pretty much walls that set, whether it's Flame Orb, whether it's Assault Vest. I could just start spamming Psychics on it and just keep Moon Blasting up with the Culver Berry. And the Toxic is for pretty much any other threat, because Cresselia is so versatile in what it can wall. It can even wall Bulu and Heatran, Mammo to an extent, and I could just Toxic those threats as I Psychic the Conkeldurr, and it's a nice stab to chip down on his team. And then we got Lunar Dance, because I predict the Thundurus and the Crawdon will do pretty good work against his team, so if those get low at all, I can Lunar Dance them up and sweep his team pretty much. Next we have Zygarde. And so I really needed a Heatran check, so I have Specially Defensive Zygarde with 1,000 arrows to hit the Heatran. Obviously, it won't one-shot bulky Heatran because I have no attack investment, but offensive Heatran, it'll one-shot, I believe. Either that or bring it down really low. But this is meant to be my Heatran check. I'm going to switch into this thing against Heatran all the time. And I have Sludge Wave for the Bulu in case he decides, well, he wants to fire off a superpowered Woodhammer on me and my Chestnut is dead, perhaps. I can Sludge Wave it and kill it with a surprise KO. Toxic for anything that was to switch in. When I switch into Heatran, he would probably want to switch into maybe Mandibuzz or his Slowbro, and that'll just get Toxic. And then Protect to wear down everything with the Toxic. When Cresselia and Zygarde go for Toxic, I could just Protect Stall with the Toxic Stall. And so next Mon is the Mega T-Tar. Bring a Dragon Dancing set. Even though this is meant to switch in on the Xurkitree, I am offensive, but it can live 1+3 attack from Xurkitree, or 2 just regular attacks from maybe the Electric Terrain Xurkitree or a Scarf Xurkitree. This is a good switch in. But Dragon Dance, Crunch, Iron Head, Stone Edge pretty much sweeps the entire team. I have Iron Head for Mammo, Bulu, Lycanroc. I have Stone Edge for the Mandibuzz, Crunch for the Mega Slowbro, Crunch for this, Stone Edge for this. The only really thing that it doesn't wall is Conkeldurr, but Conkeldurr is a natural switch check the T-Tar anyway, so I'm not worried about that. And Crunch does a tremendous amount to offensive Heatran. even Spadef Heatran, which is probably what he's going to bring, has no physical bulk, so it'll get to a KO'd by the crunch. And so next is going to be Crawdon. And looking at his team, Crawdon does a number to his team. He has the fast threats that get whittled down by water moves, like Mamswine gets destroyed by water move, Heatran gets destroyed by water move, Mega Slowbro gets knocked off. This is also my priority mon in case Circuitry decides to set up a Z electric terrain or anything like that, and Aqua Jet it. Like if the Conch Elder is low, I can also Aqua Jet that because I am faster. And yeah, Life Orb, Sword Stance. If I can get one Sword Stance up, I could probably just start jetting everything after the Bulu is gone, and probably crab hammering the Mandibuzz, and crab hammering the Ferroseed probably. Well, after I knock it off with its Eviolite, crab hammer will do a lot to it, probably over half. But I don't expect him bringing the Ferroseed or like these three Pokemon in general. And then my last Pokemon is Thundurus. This is going to be my dedicated lead probably, and this is built to take any one hit from the Mamswine, even if it's Scarf Ice Hole Crash, it lives, KOs it back with the Grass Knot. If it is Ice Shards me, it lives with the Yache Berry, KOs it back with the Grass Knot. And T-Bolt is a general good coverage for his team besides Mamo, which I have the Grass Knot for. And U-turn for momentum in case, let's say he leads with the Heatran or the Bulu or something that I don't want to stay in. I'll just U-turn out. If he leads with Bulu, I can just switch into Chestnut. If he leads with Heatran, I can just go into Zygarde. Anything else really is fine because I have switch-ins for pretty much everything on his team. So that's the team. Let's see how the battle played out. So, looking at his team, I pretty much expected everything he brought besides the Bulu. I thought he would bring the Bulu over the maybe Mega Slowbro, but like I mean it was either that or Bulu or Slowbro or like the Mandibuzz, so not too surprising about it. So like I said, I was going to lead with the Thundurus always, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lead with Thundurus, and I see he leads Mandibuzz, so this is a perfect opportunity to go for a T-Bolt. He has no switch-ins besides his Mamoswine, and even if he does switch into his Mamoswine, I can just Grass Knot it next turn. So that's what I do. Go for the safe Thunderbolt, and I'm going to go for the Grass Knot. As he reveals, he's Scarfed knockoff, probably predicting my Cresselia to come in or my Chestnut. And probably with Cresselia, but even if he went for Icicle Crash there, I would have lived with the Yache Berry and KO'd him with the Grass Knot. As you see, he is not Sash, he was Scarfed. So he comes to Heatran, and so I'm going to U-turn out into my Heatran check with his, which is Zygarde always. And now as he Toxics, which is a really good play in this part because it'll whittle down this bulky Zygarde really good. But I predict him to switch, not wanting to take 1,000 arrows, so I go for the Toxic of my own as he goes for the Mega Slowbro, which is a good play on my part. But now I gotta get out of here and go into the Chestnut. I was thinking like Chestnut, since he didn't bring Bulu, is the most expendable member of my team this game, so I just wanted to set up some spikes as he maybe scalds me and just maybe would hammer him, but set up some spikes is what I really wanted to do as he Ice Beams and freezes me, which I'm kind of fine with because like I was gonna just sack out the Chestnut anyway. I just wanted like 1 or 2 layers of spikes as he Mega Evolves, and I just thought I'm gonna get a layer of spikes anyway. So I mean that was cool. That layer of spikes does matter in the end, as you'll see. So I just switch into Thundurus as it's a free Thundurus switch in. It's a free T-Bolt now that his ground is gone. Does some good damage to the Heatran. I see the leftovers, realize it's probably Spadef-Tran, and I'll just U-turn out into my Heatran check with just the Zygarde again, as he flamethrowers. Okay, so I went for Toxic last time, so I'm going to go for the 1,000 arrows this time, as it does switch into Mana Buzz, which does nothing to it. So I just wanted to see if I could Toxic the Mana Buzz, and surprisingly, he does let me Toxic the Mana Buzz at the expense of knockoffing, which was kind of strange to me because without Thunderous, Mana Buzz is decent against my team. It's decent against this. It's decent against Cresselia, Crawdaunt. Like, it's okay against. So I'm surprised they let me Toxic, but I guess he didn't want anything else to get Toxic. I mean, maybe the Conkeldurr was what I was assuming he was going to switch into, because if it had the Ice Punch, it would have just took Toxic, just KO'd me with Ice Punch. But nevertheless, that's fine, as I get the Toxic off here. Now I just hard switch into my Thunderous in this turn, because I wasn't really fearing anything from this Mana Buzz, and I just wanted to get my Wall Breaker and to tear some more holes through his team as he Tailwinds, which is fine. I'm not like too concerned about Tailwind, because I can easily stall it out with any of my Pokemon, especially the Zygarde and Cresselia. So I'm just gonna go for Thunderbolt here. He can't KO me with anything, as he does knock off, and I just go for the Thunderbolt and take him out after the Toxic damage. Now he goes Heatran, and I just switch into my Heatran check. Like I say, Zygarde is almost finished, and Tailwind is gonna end after this last turn, but he goes for Rocks to pretty much kill my Thunderous, as I just KO with 1,000 arrows. Then he switches into his Conkeldurr, and just kills me, as I don't need the Zygarde anymore after it dies from Rocks. And so I go to my Conkeldurr check, which is Cresselia, and this is a free Psychic for me. Even if he goes to Slowbro, he's Toxic, and I can whittle him down. Unless he has a Toxic of his own, I'm just going to stay in on the Slowbro anyway, so I'm just going to go for the Psychic as he goes in the Xurkitree. And does a decent chunk, and I get the Spadef drop here, which kind of matters in a way, but not in another way, not really, because I was just going to go to my T-Tar anyway to take any hit the Xurkitree wants to go for. The way he's been playing it, I'm pretty sure it's not choiced, and it's probably like Z Electric Terrain is what I was thinking. And so if I didn't get the Spadef drop there, I would have just went into T-Tar, lived probably 2 Thunderbolts, and just killed him with Crunch. But now that I get the Spadef drop as he Thunderbolts, I just KO him with Psychic. That's cool. That's pretty cool. And after the game, he said he was Z Hypnosis, and I definitely would have gone for the Z Hypnosis there, just to rely on sleep turns later in the game, as my Thunderous was already dead, and the Conkeldurr would have gotten in, and it would have depended on sleep turns there. But it's fine. As he, I mean, I could have Lunar Danced into Thunderous also, but I just went for but since the Spadef drop was happening, I was just gonna go for Psychic always. So I just stall out this Slowbro here as he reveals the Trick Room, and then this is the turn that I'm gonna go into T-Tar, because I realize, I mean, he has Conkeldurr and Slowbro left. I'm not gonna get any value from this T-Tar except for right now, and to waste Trick Room turns, as he keeps scalding me, and I just KO him with Crunch. Which is fine, because I'm just trying to waste Trick Room turns and then get the Slowbro out of here. And it's a double down, and we both go into, he has his last mon, and I have Cresselia, and I have the Culver Berry, as I said. And we're just going to kill him with 2 Psychics here, and that will be the game. That's where he goes for that knockoff, yeah. So, good game to Frozen. And let's see, things I would have done better. I think I played pretty well. I don't think I made really any mistakes. He did make that Z Hypnosis mistake, but that would have gone down to sleep turns, like I said, and it still would have been a close game, but I'm pretty sure I still would have won. But yeah, good week 1 game to Frozen, and hope you all have a good rest of your day. Alright, peace out.